Yeah, there's a Snow White over there. Welcome everyone to this very blustery day here in Lima, Ohio. Right now I'm at the Allen County Historical Museum and we're gonna check it out. Crazy old lady, my mom is here. I don't know, hopefully you can hear me over all this wind. It is stupid, but it is really warm today, almost 70 degrees. Yes?
And who uses the word blustery?
I use the word blustery because it's fun.
Nobody uses that anymore.
This is a free museum. It's a really awesome museum. I've never been here before, but they do recommend a donation of around $5. I've got a bunch of change here that I'm going to donate to them because, you know, support your local museums like this, even if they are free. Let's go check it out. I think she's freezing.
Yes.
Even though it's warm outside.
No, I'm not freezing. I don't like the wind.
All right, you guys, here is the front of the museum. Actually, this is the back of the museum, but this is the entrance from the parking lot. The other side looks similar to this, just bigger. So to start off our tour, we're going to start off in the 19th century section. The nice lady at the admissions desk gave me this map. This is what the place looks like. I'll insert a photo of this so you can see it better after I'm done talking here, but let's get to the tour. This looks like a really, really cool museum, and I highly recommend that you stop by and check it out if you're ever near Lima, Ohio, or passing through. This is also on the Dixie Highway. Yes, the Dixie Highway, that famous highway that loops all the way from Florida to Michigan, then back through Indiana and back to Florida again. So this room here gives you a little taste of what early American life was like. You can see they've got some spinning wheels over here. We've got this very fancy dresser with a mirror, all painted up, kind of fancy. It's a big, I'm assuming that's like a wash basin. It doesn't really say. And here is a recreation of an early American home here in Allen County, Ohio. Here we have some early household items. Cookie prints, lemon squeezers, nutmeg graters, all kinds of kitchen stuff. What?
That's a nursing bottle. How do you...
That's a nursing bottle?
Yeah, how does a kid drink out of that?
I have seen on some of these history shows that talk about early, like early 1900s stuff. They have some really weird contraptions that you're like, I don't even understand how that works. Here we have an example of a loom. This is the an early version of what would have been in the factories making all kinds of textiles. All right, so back in the day, you wouldn't have a car, a train, or a plane. You would have to travel in style in the covered wagon, just like this one. Wow, I have never looked at the inside of a covered wagon before. There's always a first for everything. Isn't that kind of strange? Huh. Wow, look at this fancy piano here. And above that, we've got a painting of a kid. That kid doesn't look too happy there.
I was going to say, it's very unhappy.
It looks very unhappy. Well, so back in the day, before everyone had their own personal music listening devices like the phonograph, the record player, cassette tapes, and now all of the digital music that we have, this is how people would enjoy their music. Good old-fashioned instruments with live performances. These are some of the early examples that you would see here from the early 19th century. Wow, they have a really huge aerial of Lima in the 50s. These were the good old days. Not so much anymore.
1936.
That's pretty fancy. This is how you would transport the deceased back in the day before we had all of our motor cars.
Motor cars?
Yes, that's what they were called back then, motor cars.
Yeah, but today we just call them cars.
I
We don't
know.
even call them autos or automobiles.
No, we don't.
Huh.
Wow, we got a really, really old car. I want to say this is a, let's say a 1901 Locomobile Sports Roadster. I have never heard of that before.
What? Locomobile?
Ah, bikes. Here we go. I wondered when we'd see some bikes in this museum because not too far south of here is Dayton, Ohio, and the Wright brothers. And we're probably still in Wright brother territory. We can see all of these amazing bikes here, early examples. This room is called Noah's Ark, and I can see why they call it Noah's Ark. Look at all the dead animals in here, or stuffed, taxidermied. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, what? Oh, this just turned on. Wow, look at that. That is cool. There you can see a replica of Noah's Ark. I'm trying to get all the glare off. Sorry for that. That is cool. You can see it's got all these mechanisms in here. I think stuff is supposed to move inside of it. But it doesn't look like there's not like a button or anything. Look at all these wooden houses that are here. These are pretty cool.
They're all handmade.
Yeah.
See, it shows.
That is so cool. Some of these aren't really in that great of a condition, but maybe they're working on still restoring some of them.
Here's the
All right, so these models were handmade by Bill D. Burden of Spencerville, Ohio, and are of residents which occupied the 600 block or the Golden Block of West Market Street at the turn of the century. That is cool. Now we're going to take a look at the front of these houses, and you can see
That's the real photograph.
there's a real photograph of the house, and there is the wooden model. That is amazing.
Ow. It took them 13 weeks to do that one.
Here, I'm going to get you a little close up so you can see some of the detail in these houses here.
And that's her photograph, apparently, over the fireplace. She was a very pretty lady.
Oh, we got this cool clock here, and it's got these two guys on the dial, or near the dial. That is pretty cool. Then there's some little people up there. Whoops. Here we have, this is a huge replica of a house. I think this is Mount Vernon, where George Washington lived. A replica of his place. Look at all the detail inside. Here we can see this is opera and music. This is the Faurot Opera House. Oh, that is a really cool wall ornament. Or I guess you'd call that a sconce. This was in the Opera House's grand stairway. So here you can see this is what the Opera House used to look like. That is fancy, fancy, fancy. Ooh, look at this. This is the metal gold milk truck. Well, before it was a truck, it was pulled by a horse. Nowadays, we don't even have milk delivery. In fact, I'm sure most of you watching this don't even know what a milk truck is, or milk delivery, or milk chutes for that matter. If you were of the older generation, then you would know what that is.
What a milk chute is?
Yeah, you know what that is.
Oh, I know what that is. It is it's like a square thing built in to the side of the house, usually by the back door or the side door of the house, and you would just open it up and all your milk would be there from the milkman who delivered it. Now in my day, they delivered it in regular trucks, because it was like in the 60s when I was like 10 or 11 anyways. And you would just reach in, open the door from the inside, and there was everything that you ordered.
Yep, but before the milk truck, there was the milk wagon.
Yes. Twin Pines.
All right, so this over here is a Model T Roadster from the Ford company. This is 1925. I've actually ridden in these before at the Henry Ford Museum, Greenville Village in Michigan. They are super fun. It's a great experience if you ever get a chance to go up there and do that. And over here we can see an early example of a motorcycle. This is the 1908 Thor single-engined motorcycle. Want to see your name here? Head on over to patreon.com/tiltedtripodmedia and become a member today and gain access to all of my secret content as well as other member exclusive perks. And thank you for supporting the future of video. So right now we're looking out the front of the museum. You can see the main road out there. Below us you can see there is a huge steam engine. Yes, this museum is 2 levels. That is so cool. So this engine is from the Lima Stone Company. This is a Shea Engine 10. Very unique configuration, how it has all of these extra, I want to say those are like pistons. They're not pistons, but drive shafts, I guess. But I guess these were typical on like logging. You know, they used them for logging and mining and all that kind of stuff.
They had pistons.
So what I was trying to say a minute ago is I guess you want to call these pistons or drive shafts and all of that stuff, are vertical, and they're normally more horizontal. Looks like over here we have a military vehicle. I would assume this is from probably World War II, maybe World War I. This is the Graham Bernstein Liberty Truck, 1917 to 1919. Okay, so yes, World War I. Tell me, doesn't that just put a smile on your face when you see an amazing sign like that? It does for me. If it does you, leave a comment down below, because I think that is just the epitome of what a sign should be and look like. And of course, we've got some other neon artifacts glowing bright. So I wanted to come on and give my thoughts and opinions on this museum. Never expected to find this in Lima, Ohio, because usually when people talk about Lima, Ohio, it's very negative because there's not much good about Lima, Ohio nowadays. It's fallen on hard times, but this is so great. It's like finding a gem. And, I saw the Carpetbaggers, Jacob the Carpetbagger, he does YouTube videos, and I saw his video on this place, and I was like, you know what, I should come over here and check it out, because I live in the great state of Ohio, and if you are in Ohio, come check this place out and support it. Over here we have a whole wall of guns. I think these are rifles or muskets. No, I think these are just rifles. I don't know, someone that's more into guns can leave a comment down below and inform us all of exactly what each one of these are. I know it tells, but these are guns from the early conflicts of the United States. There are a bunch of them from the Civil War, and then we have a bunch from the Spanish and American War. Oh, look at this. This place is still around to this day, or at least at the time of this video recording. This is Husky Energy Corporation. I passed through this very refinery or energy plant, whatever they call it. I passed through this on the way to this museum today, and there's a really cool bridge that you get to go over, and it crosses the rail yard. It's really cool if you get a chance to visit Lima, Ohio. I recommend that you take that little drive through the refinery. So this section that I'm heading into now is mainly talking about war and the role it played in Lima and all of that kind of stuff. So we're going to take a walk through here, and I'm going to show you some of the highlights. Oh, wow, look at this. That is so fancy. This is an ornate Buddhist shrine. All right, so I was a little wrong. It does have some war stuff in this section, but it's kind of a mismatch of a bunch of stuff. OMG, I have never seen a real one of these. This is an iron lung. Imagine being stuffed in one of these. That would be pretty terrifying. I would be like, absolutely not.
In the house.
All right, this is Native American.
Wow.
This is some of the baskets that the local natives would have made. Well, I don't know local, but Native Americans would have made these throughout the country. Here you can see this is some of the Southwest stuff. I think this is just talking about all of the Native Americans throughout the country, the different tribes and stuff. Because over here you can see here's Mexico. Yeah, here's the Ohio area talking about, the Hopewell culture and all of the very, very early civilizations throughout Ohio. Ooh, man, a creepy turn-of-the-century doctor's office. Oh, yeah, that, if this isn't Sweeney Todd, I don't know what is then. That is awesome. Ooh, look at all the saws that they have back in there. Try and get rid of the glare for you. Alrighty, let's pop in the general store and take a look at what they have to offer back in the early turn of the century or early America. So this is what shopping would have been like for those of you that follow my channel. It is mainly a retail channel. I mainly cover everything and anything relating to retail, and this is the epitome of retail. This is where it all began, in the general store. And see all of the dry goods and stuff that they have to offer. All right, so what we're looking at here are the hand pumps and steam fire engines. So that's what this big red monstrosity is. Oh, well now this is more Sweeney Todd. It's the barber. It just gets even more creepy. Let's head into the minerals and check out what kind of awesome geological wonders are inside this room. Ooh, look at this.
Amethyst.
We've got amethyst. That is huge. And I know a lot of these are from
Yes.
Ohio, locally sourced. And over here we have the please touch section. I think I will. Ooh, that's really rough. This one's more smooth. This looks like someone sat on it and was too heavy and they smushed it. Ah, good old sulfur. It's actually pretty amazing looking when you see it in its rock form like that. But when it's in its gaseous form, ooh-wee, is it stinky.
The white one?
I am really digging the sword selenite from Chichula, northern Mexico. Oh, I think this is from that, it's like the largest crystal mine where the crystals grow like astronomically huge and you have to wear like special suits in order to go inside because it's like 130 degrees or something inside. Yes, look it up. It's a really cool thing. Thank you everyone for coming along to check out this awesome museum here in Allen County, Ohio, in Lima. Like, comment, subscribe. I do videos just like this each and every week, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye everyone. Wow, it's windy today.